What's up everybody? In today's video I've completed Elden Ring without leveling up nothing.
I have nothing!
The amount of times I've died in this video is more than I can count. I'm on a challenge to complete a bunch of Elden Ring runs, and if I can't do it before the channel hits 1,000 subscribers, I have to beat Elden Ring without getting hit. So make sure to drop a like and subscribe.
Bruh.
So I first started by picking the hero class since it has the highest level of strength, named myself no level god because I really am. Then I opened the first door and then went to the training boss, but when the training boss came I just jumped off the cliff to avoid the entire fight and then landed in Limgrave. When I landed in Limgrave I got the first set of grace and then the tree sentinel started chasing me, so I just kept running away all the way to the Gatefront Grace to get Torrent and collect this grace. After I collected Torrent, I just ran around and then made my way to the Kaled area to collect the Guts Great Sword. Now, the weapon does require me to have 31 strength and dexterity 12, but with a certain talisman, and if I two-hand the weapon, I'm able to use this. So I went into the castle, got the Dectus medallion, and then got the Radagon sword seal, and now if I two-hand the weapon, I'm able to use it. Then I went inside another castle to get the Ash of War, the Lion's Claw. I had to fight this mini-boss, and this guy standing no chance against me. He doesn't know I'm Swifty.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I obliterated him, got my Ash of War, and now I'm ready for Margit. Margit has a long windup on most of his attacks, but once you get the timing down, it's just about staying close and not getting greedy. I waited for his slow slams, dodged into him, and got my hits during the recovery. The dagger throws are annoying, but they're easy to avoid. As long as you stay patient and don't back off too much, he goes down clean. I did my happy dance, and then I collected the Site of Grace, and then I went into some catacombs and tunnels for some smithing stones. I beat the crap out of this guy because I didn't like the way he was looking at me. He just pissed me off. I obliterated him, and then I found another Grace, and now it was time to test my weapon on the Bloodhound Knight. Nothing too crazy, he's not a main dish, he's a side dish, and I own him. Subscribe. I upgraded my weapon a little bit, and then I went through Stormvale Castle, and I figured it was time to fight Godric the Gunner. Godric the Gunner looks more chaotic than he is. His swings are big and slow, and most of them leave him wide open if you don't panic. I rolled through his axe combos, punched the end of his windups, and didn't let the dragon arm phase me. When he starts breathing fire, it's just a free chance to get damaged in. I stayed focused, took my time, and that was it. Godric the Gunner, I own him. Teabag, teabag, teabag. I collected his grace and then also went to the Divine Tower to activate his Godric Great Rune, which increases all my stats by 5 points. I also collected the Erdtree favorite talisman, and then went to the area where it's time to fight the Red Wolf of Radagon. This boss fight is always easy in Elden Ring in my opinion, although I did die like twice over here, but who cares. This fight doesn't give you much room to breathe, but its health is low and trash, so I didn't waste time running around. I stayed aggressive but careful, kept the pressure up, and ended it before the constant movement could wear me down. Another boss, down. Anyways, I got the grace, and then I went back to Stormvale Castle, climbed the ladder up, and got the claw talisman. Then I also leveled up my great sword a little bit more, and then made my way on the path to fight Renala. But I gotta do what I gotta do. He is trash. I kept just hitting him and dodging his attacks. He thinks he's tough with the shield, but I'm tougher. I don't know why this door is so big. The first phase is simple. Find the glowing kid, break the shield, and repeat. I didn't rush, just cleared the room one at a time. I just kept spamming, giving her no time to breathe, and then we made it to the second phase. Second phase is where the real fight starts, but most of her attacks are spells with long tails. I dodged the beams, ran straight through the mooncast, and closed the gap every time she tried to create distance. Her summons can get a little annoying, but I didn't give her time to cast too many. I stuck close, interrupted what I could. She couldn't recover once I got in her face. Wait, pause, that sounded so wrong. Then I smacked this old man with a pot to get the World Remains armor set, and I beat the crap out of this guy too because he pissed me off as well. Then I went into some more tunnels and catacombs to find more smithing stones and upgraded my great sword even more. I got the grace at the church and then made my way through the Volcano Manor area, dodging all these snakes, going up the elevator. I went past the security guard and then went to fight the Godskin Noble. This fight feels tight because he keeps coming at you with combos that don't end, but most of them are easy to dodge if you don't panic. When he started swelling up and rolling, I ran until he stopped, then reset. His flame projectiles aren't fast, so I kept my distance if I needed a breather. The second phase is just more of the same. This man just stabbed me multiple times to my death, but I didn't let it rush me. I chipped him down slowly, played the corners of the room, and didn't let the pressure throw me off. Another boss down. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. Then I grabbed the Serpent Hunter and leveled it up a little bit, allocated my flasks, and now it's time to fight Rykard. Rykard starts slow, and the first phase gives you time to get used to the arena. I just stayed outside the magma trail and waited for the head to rear back. I did end up dying a lot here, so yeah, that sucks.
We do not care.
I just kept hitting him with the same move until he went into the second phase. Once the second phase starts, the sword comes out, the music changes, everything becomes louder and more aggressive. He throws out waves of skulls, huge slashes, and screams that shake the whole screen. You just have to keep calm and dodge into the danger and not away from it. The real trick is keeping your camera on him without losing track of the sword's position. It's all about focus and control. Once I stayed inside his range, he couldn't reset and I closed it out. I always hated this boss. I ended up collecting another grace beside a castle when I went into the castle, and then I got the left Dectus medallion. I also went to more tunnels and more catacombs to get a lot more smithing stones this time. I collected the grace at the medallion, hosted the medallion, and then now we're in a new area. I made my way to the red main castle, down in the elevator, and now it's time to start the Radon fight. The fight is all chaos, arrows flying, NPCs running around, but once I got close, I turned it into a slower fight. I watched for the giant swings, dodged into the second hit, and got my damage while he reset. When he launched into the sky, I just ran and stayed alert. Second phase has more power behind it, but it doesn't change much if you're me. Again, I know, ladies. I didn't lose track of him, didn't back off, and stayed aggressive the whole time. Once he went down, I had another boss eliminated. After the fight, I made my way into the Mistwood ruins, and then cracked open this chest to get this axe talisman. I collected the set of grace, and then now it was time to fight the Dragonic Tree Sentinel. You know, my first playthrough of this boss, I'm pretty sure I spent like 2 days on it. He made me break a controller, a headset. I absolutely hate this boss. He's like the regular Tree Sentinel but on steroids. His axe swings are pretty easy to dodge once you get used to it, since this is like my 10th playthrough, and yeah, I did die a lot. I kept dodging his attacks, but he caught me. I died again, and I died again, and then I died again and again.
Another one.
Finally, I hit him with my Ash of War, and then now he was only down to 1 hit left. I was so happy. I freaking hate this boss. I collected the grace and the bridge, and then collected the other grace, and now it's time to go up this big tree and fight Godfrey, the first shade. Godfrey's first version is straightforward, but his stops combos cover a ton of space. I waited for the slam, rolled in the last second, and punished the end of his chain. The axe swings are slow and wide, and most of them lock him into a recovery window. I never tried to roll too early or spam buttons, just kept my distance right outside the stomp range, baited the big hits, and slowly chipped him away. I did die a couple times, but he was never really sped up, so I just played solid and finished him off clean. Gave him a few more hits and he was finally down. I did my emo, it said great enemy felled, and I collected the grace. Then I made my way up the tree, up the stairs, and now it's time to fight Margot, the Omen King. This version of Margot is way different from the first boss. He's a lot quicker and aggressive, and his sword changed. I kept trying to dodge and kind of think of ways when to attack him, but he just kept hitting me with slam attacks. I did end up dying, but I came back stronger. No, I didn't. I died again, and I died again. I forgot that move. Then he added blood to his weapon, which eliminated me once again. I just kept getting so mad at this boss, bro, but I finally brought him down. I was so happy he was gone. Yes, I am happy a Elden Ring boss is gone. We made it to the snow area, I collected the grace, and we went into some more tunnels and catacombs to find more smithing stones. I upgraded my greatsword a lot more, and then I used a key in this abandoned stuff, cracked open a chest, and got the green turtle talisman, which increases my stamina recovery speed, and now it's time to fight the fire giant. I hate this boss. The first phase is simple but slow. I stayed near his left leg, dodged the giant stomps, and avoided the snowball rolls. He doesn't move quickly, but his attacks are wide and can clip you even if you think you're out of range. Once the chain breaks, phase 2 starts, the fight becomes a lot more chaotic. He went down once I stopped trying to rush him, and I have another boss eliminated. I never want to see that type of boss in any game ever. I went up the chain, got the grace, and now it's time to light the Erdtree up. Yeah, you guys already seen this. The next area, I kinda just farmed through smithing stones, maxed out my greatsword, and now it's time to finally take down the Godskin duo. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember this fight being this hard. This fight made me rethink everything in life. I did end up finding a glitch where he rolls and he can't hit me. I did end up getting a good hit at him. Now it's time to take down XQC, but I died again. I came back stronger and defeated him once he was about to spawn his teammate again. Great enemy failed. That's what I like. I also collected the Urchy Favorite +1 talisman, got the Grace, and now it's time to fight this Dragonic Tree Sentinel. This Tree Sentinel makes the other Dragonic Tree Sentinel look like a god. This guy absolutely sucks, but now it's time to fight Malekith. I actually find the first phase harder than the second, since this guy has more like throwing attacks. I know it sounds crazy, but the second phase is not that hard at all. Like, this guy isn't hard at all. Malekith is tough, but again, I'm Swifty. His attacks do cause me to have blood loss, and yes, I did die here, but I got back up, hit him with a strong attack. You can't play this boss fight slow. If you give him time, he'll overwhelm you. I stayed sharp, didn't panic, and kept the pressure high until it was over. I hit him with one final attack until his health bar finally went all the way down. I got the Legend Feld, and I also equipped the Urchy Favorite +2 talisman, where my hug at, and went to go bully the crap out of this guy. This guy absolutely sucks. Every single run that I do, I demolish him. He acts tough, talks a big game, but then eats my sword for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Alright, why did I even say that? I did end up equipping his armor set and proving to him that I can become Elden Lord with any armor set. I went inside the Godfrey boss fight, and now it's time to take down Godfrey. Remember, we did fight the first shade of Godfrey, so the first phase is kind of easy, and I did die, yes. I hit him with the strong attack, and then we went into the second phase. He turns into a big bloody jackdaw that tries to grab you every single second. His combos are long, but most end up with him holding still for just a second. He's meant to break your rhythm, but once I found mine and stuck to it, he couldn't throw me off again. The amount of times I died in this boss was just insane. Now comes the final two bosses.
Why you ain't accept my friend request, bro?
Radagon hits fast and doesn't give you a chance. His swing in tight combos, mix in delayed hits, can cover space quickly with teleport slams. The golden shockwaves force spacing, but they're easy to see coming. I avoided jumping, stayed grounding, and let the timing play out. Once I got the hang of his rhythm, he couldn't shake me. I died so many freaking times during this fight. I'm going insane. The Elden Beast drags the fight out with big movements and long animations, but I stayed focused on punishing the right moments. I chased it down every teleport, avoided the ring attack by sprinting sideways, and never let it out of its range too long. The biggest threat here, I'm not gonna lie, is the camera, not the boss. The angle sucks in this boss fight. I kept up with the chase though, never got greedy, and ended it the second it gave me a chance. Just let me run away, please, with my horse. Let's go, buddy. Let's run away from here. And once now, finally again, I have become the Elden Lord. 1K subs, I'll do it without getting hit. Ah!